food hungry, or like an erotic hunger. Like I'm ridden with sexual energy and I can control you with one lustful look. Better. Look, these kids are young.
After that, Sean Combs and Katt Williams reportedly pulled back the curtain on how Ellen DeGeneres allegedly traded her principles to climb the Hollywood ladder. The claim is that behind all the fame and smiles, the entertainment industry runs on deception, and success comes at a serious cost. According to these allegations, Ellen used her star power and insider connections to draw in young celebrities, only to pass them along to the powerful figures operating behind the scenes at the very top.
The Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the posts, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, that she consumed human flesh. Ellen DeGeneres is named in the Epstein documents, and that part is real. Her name appears in the broader index of over 300 high-profile individuals that show up across the investigative materials. Flight logs, communications, third-party interviews, peripheral records.
Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Yes? Smart? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do.
When Ellen DeGeneres launched The Ellen Show in 2003, it quickly became one of the most powerful platforms in Hollywood. By the mid-2000s, every major star wanted a seat on that couch, and for young actors, getting Ellen DeGeneres' approval felt like a golden ticket. The belief was simple. If Ellen embraced you, your career was about to take off. So why did her endorsement carry that much weight? According to claims circulating online, Ellen was allegedly acting as a gatekeeper, scouting talent for figures like Harvey Weinstein, Sean Combs, and other powerful names behind the scenes.
I start looking at about age 6, sometimes earlier. Because of my trained eye, I can see potential. Take that girl, for instance. You may think not a chance. I see her differently. Loner type, others hate her, weird eating habits, looks extremely moody, basically all the outer signs of a future supermodel. Now, it's my job to nurture those qualities, and maybe we have a winner on our hands. How are you doing in school? You liking it?
I hate it.
Good. How about grades?
Who cares?
Exactly. Nobody. What about the other kids? Do they think you're weird?
Yeah, they think I'm a witch with evil powers.
Good. That's real good. Keep something in mind. Being different doesn't mean you're a witch. It only means you may become one of the highest paid models in the world, okay?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about anything.
Katt Williams has spoken about this before, claiming that some celebrities allegedly serve as talent scouts for wealthy and deeply disturbing figures in Hollywood. According to him, these insiders identify young performers and funnel them to directors, producers, and music executives who quietly decide who gets the role and who gets shut out. In his view, the casting couch never disappeared. It just got better at hiding. Reports online have also alleged that Ellen DeGeneres was part of that system, and some investigators now claim her name appeared repeatedly in documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein.
Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
Right. I was going to run some global power organization. I would try to co-opt every single leader, try to suck them in, offer support, bring them out to wherever I have my big-ass meetings, fly everybody in private jets, talk about the climate crisis.
All organizations have to follow the same rules.
Yeah, that's wild.
Recruitment is an important facet of all.
We have to get some young global leaders.
Well, understand, this is the only reason that we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time. It's just because of time. Like, they aged out. Like, you can't get in new, so everybody got decrepit over there, and they can't exchange, really.
According to the claims, the Jeffrey Epstein files contain hard evidence that well-known celebrities were tied to what was happening behind closed doors. One email reportedly released by the Department of Justice described secret arrangements involving 25 major figures from Hollywood and the music industry. Their names were allegedly blacked out, but the details suggested these stars helped keep the scandal buried. When victims tried to speak up, they were dismissed as unstable and quietly pushed out of the industry.
Filed court document. Ghislaine Maxwell, the former associate of Jeffrey Epstein, she was convicted of trafficking minors, sentenced to 20 years in prison. She claims that 25 men, maybe friends, associates of the deceased financier, have been protected under secret settlements, secret deals, and that this information was not revealed to her during her trial. This is on top of what she claims are 4 other individuals, alleged co-conspirators, who were never charged. Obviously, I have thoughts. Is she telling the truth, particularly given her past, in light of what she's trying to do now? If this is true, number one, wow. And who are these people? What is a secret settlement? Can we ever find out? Can the public ever find out?
You can trace the shift in Ellen DeGeneres' public image once her show became a daytime powerhouse. What began as a lighthearted comedy format was soon surrounded by rumors of troubling behavior and increasingly controversial moments. One example often cited is when paparazzi captured private photos of Justin Bieber in 2015 as he entered his hotel room unclothed. Justin Bieber was 21 at the time, while Ellen DeGeneres was 58. Some dismissed it as an inappropriate joke, but critics argue it reflected a darker culture in Hollywood, where young performers are pressured to obey managers who allegedly use them to satisfy powerful people behind the scenes.
Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange...
just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid from Strange Things?
To suck their dick.
Stranger Things. He just left his manager, and they're alleging sexual abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly-haired kid. Oh, yeah. And he's
Owen Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your mind?
What's up with these transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of sexual assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts.
Watch
man.
An Open Secret, and they go through, dude. They're accusing people. It's for free. I think on Vimeo.
Yeah, you can
watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something.
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederast music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music. This was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And sometimes dudes. Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his...
in front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his...
Some critics have zeroed in on Ellen's more controversial moments, especially when topics like stem cell research started surfacing in places they seemed wildly out of place. People were left wondering what a daytime comedy show was doing anywhere near that conversation. In one episode, Ellen joked about celebrities using treatments from younger donors to stay looking fresh. From there, online speculation went into overdrive. Some unverified reports even tied changes in her appearance to losing access to those alleged treatments after Diddy's arrest. Another frequently cited clip features Ellen and Sandra Bullock laughing about bizarre anti-aging rumors that have fueled years of conspiracy theories.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
And the rabbit hole, according to these theories, goes even deeper. Some online commentators have long speculated about Ellen's alleged ties to Epstein, with a few fans claiming the design of her studio resembled structures associated with Epstein's island. That alone kept the rumors alive, but it didn't stop there. Internet sleuths have also pointed to what they believe is unusual symbolism in several of Ellen's videos. One clip from March 2020 drew particular attention after Ellen appeared in a hoodie featuring a striking red face design, an image that conspiracy-minded viewers later noted had also been worn by Jay-Z.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What?
As Ellen's fame exploded, longtime friendships reportedly began to fade. Rosie O'Donnell once considered Ellen DeGeneres one of her closest friends. Ellen even publicly came out on Rosie's show in 1996, but that bond eventually went quiet. Rosie later said Ellen distanced herself as soon as her career took off. Then the story took an even darker turn. In 2022, Ellen's two-decade run ended after allegations of a toxic workplace damaged her reputation. Not long after the show ended, her former partner Anne Heche died following a car crash, and later that year, Stephen Witch Boss was found dead, events that fueled even more speculation online.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
What made Anne Heche's death seem even more suspicious to some online commentators was the claim that shortly before she died, she was allegedly involved in a documentary called The Silent Children. According to those reports, the project was said to focus on exposing an international child trafficking network. Whether that connection was meaningful or purely speculative, it quickly became one of the most talked about details surrounding her final months.
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, after just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel, but I'm not a scientist. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of like close people around you dying in weird ways. But I don't know. Anyways, this is my driver. And I went to the Ellen show once and she gave me Magic Mike Live tickets. Anyways.
If you look a little closer, the story gets even stranger. According to Sean Tabatabai of The People's Voice, his investigation claimed that Ellen DeGeneres was somehow connected to Anne Heche's death and disappearance. Online rumors suggest Ellen changed after aligning herself with the same Hollywood power players Katt Williams has long warned about. Around the time her show exploded, Ellen reportedly signed a $49 million deal, and soon Sean Combs became a frequent guest, appearing more than 17 times while promoting his infamous parties. When Diddy was arrested in 2024, Ellen announced she was leaving the United States, and to some observers, the timing felt less like a move and more like an exit. Her dramatic change in appearance and retreat from public life only fueled the speculation. Then, just as Diddy sought early release, Ellen revealed she was planning a comeback, and that's when things started looking suspicious all over again.
Really bad. If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
They're losing their minds.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
she could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
That $49 million deal Ellen signed may have meant far more than it appeared. According to this theory, money isn't just a reward in Hollywood. It's a leash. Promises of wealth, fame, and sometimes intimidation are allegedly used to keep young performers compliant and under control. Dave Chappelle understood that better than most. When he was offered $100 million, he walked away. Oprah Winfrey famously questioned whether he was out of his mind, but Dave believed that once he accepted the money, the strings would come with it. At the time, few people understood his decision. Katt Williams did, and now, to many watching these stories unfold, that choice is starting to make a lot more sense.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay.
When
you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through, and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time of their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress.
Comedian Dave Chappelle left tens of millions of dollars on the table when he walked away from his popular Comedy Central show. A lot of people wondered what the hell was he thinking, and that's a quote. Chappelle says he had or whether he was thinking. A lot of people ask that question. Chappelle says he had a crisis of conscience and stood up for his integrity as an artist. He explained to us how stepping out of the spotlight helped him avoid getting caught in a trap.
It's so much bigger than money, though, Dave. It's so much bigger than money.
Oh, no, it was bigger than money. But you know what? I watched one of these nature shows one time, and they were talking about how a bushman finds water when it's scarce. And they do what's called a salt trap. I didn't know this. Apparently, baboons love salt.
Okay.
So they put a lump of salt in a hole, and they wait for the baboon. The baboon comes, sticks his hand in the hole, grabs the salt. Salt makes his hand bigger, and he's trapped. He can't get his hand out. Now, if he's smart, all he does is let go of the salt. Baboon doesn't want to let go of the salt. Then the bushman just comes, takes the baboon, throws him in the cage, and gives him all the salt he wants. And then the baboon gets thirsty. The bushman lets him out of the cage. The first place the baboon runs to is water. The bushman follows him, and they both drink to their fill. And in that analogy, I felt like the baboon. But I was smart enough to let go of the salt.
Money and fame have a way of changing people. On camera, many celebrities seem warm, humble, and endlessly charming. But behind the scenes, the story can look very different. According to critics, some of Hollywood's biggest names see ordinary people as beneath them and unworthy of real respect. Joe Rogan has echoed that sentiment, arguing that many in the entertainment elite carry exactly that kind of superiority complex.
There is an arrogance that some stars had, like particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this was like really evident for me because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars. And there was a way that some of them would treat you they would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways, like weird, like mousy guys that I could kill, like instantly, and they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. They had power, and then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service, and they would fucking dismiss you in the shittiest ways. I encountered a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was commonplace, and it was, I think, a thing that they aspired to.
Katt Williams has long claimed that Hollywood protects its own no matter what. And now many viewers believe Ellen DeGeneres may have been more deeply connected to the industry's hidden side than anyone expected. Whether these allegations hold any truth or are simply speculation, one thing is clear. More people are starting to question what really happens once the cameras stop rolling. So what do you think? Was Katt warning everyone years ago, or has the internet taken these theories way too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out the next video on your screen, because this rabbit hole is far from over.